That's all it is. I'm just putting a little swag to it, like doing it my own way. So it's like when folks hear, they be like, "Oh, he ain't never heard like that." But some folks try to compare him to Thug, but even Thug, he don't sound like me.
Before Lil Keed would sign to Young Thug's YSL Records along with 300 Entertainment, before he would go from being nameless all by his lonely to a red hot player seeing dollar signs in the rap game, before Lil Keed would have over 120k subscribers on YouTube, over 40k on SoundCloud, and more than 400k followers on Instagram at the time of this recording, before he would collab with 21 Savage, Lil Uzi, Trippie Redd, Lil Yachty, Offset, Brandy, and Young Thug, and get major co-signs from Gunna and even from Gary V.
I'm just really excited for this album.
I already know.
It's gonna be so big for you.
Man, that shit be big. I'm trying to go diamond.
It's gonna really go.
Lil Keed was working at McDonald's taking drive-thru orders before the thought of becoming a rapper ever crossed his mind. But after his friend tragically passed away, Keed was motivated to take rap seriously. And after dedicating his life to music, he ended up getting a call from his favorite rapper that would change his life. But before Thugger would sign Keed to YSL, can you guess what happened the first time they met? Stick around until the end of the video to find out. What's going on, good people in the comment section? Shout out to the people watching at school, on their work break, on the toilet, or at an airport right now. I hope you're having one heck of a day. My name is Jeremy Hecht, and welcome back to Before They Were Famous, the show where we document the journey of your favorite entertainers in hopes of showing you that you can reach your goals too. If you're new here, I'm the LA host for this channel, so good to meet you. Expect some dad jokes and hopefully a good story. And if you're familiar, then you know I've covered other artists for this channel like Lil TJ and Polo G, so be sure to check those out after this one, and let us know to cover next in the comments down below. As always, now let's get into the show.
Hey, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom!
Lil Keed was born on March 16, 1998 in Atlanta, Georgia, with 6 brothers and 1 sister. He was next to the youngest sibling and shares a father with his youngest brother, who is actually also a successful rapper who goes by the name of Lil Got It. Let us know if we should cover him next.
It wasn't even hard, cause my brother, they used to all let me go with them. So
Okay.
they ain't never treat me like, nah, you can't come with us, you too young. They ain't never do none of that. So I was always good.
Keed says now that he's getting some buzz though, his older brothers are using his name for clout and even to get girls. Keed hasn't listed his real name yet in any interviews, but I found an old Facebook post where his brother Lil Got It, whose real name is Samaj Render, says, "Today is my brother B-Day, Rahkeed, happy birthday, big bro." So I'm gonna say his name is Rahkeed Render, it makes sense, Rahkeed, Keed. Anyways, Lil Keed is a childhood nickname that he's had ever since he was a little kid. So he decided to keep that as his rap moniker when he started making music. Sorry, that was a bad pun, I know, I'm gonna go, okay? Although Keed's parents split at an early age, they were both still in his life. He stayed with his father and would go to his mother's place for the weekends, and Keed cites his father as a huge influence in his life because of his work ethic, working the same job for 20 years, and because of his willingness to take care of Keed's older brothers who weren't even his biological kids. Keed grew up on Jonesboro Road in Zone 3, but spent most of his time in the Cleveland Avenue apartments in Atlanta, the same neighborhood that Young Thug was raised in. His bio on my mixtape says, "I'm the hottest in Atlanta coming up on the grind. I come from the jungle where you don't survive." But Keed also just liked to have fun and was a big fan of dancing, learning every new dance that came out. And in high school, he played point guard on the high school's basketball team. In an interview, he even said that he could take Quavo in a game of one-on-one. Keed was a smart kid growing up, and although he went to school every day, he didn't end up graduating from high school because he was always distracted by other things like girls and hanging out in the hallways too much, but he is planning on going back to school to get his GED. Prior to rap, Keed worked at a local McDonald's. He was the guy who would take your order at the drive-thru. "Lil Keed here, can I take your order?" I mean, I'm sure he would actually use his real name, but anyways, I decided to do some investigative research and see if I could talk to some of his old coworkers. He said that he worked at the Jonesboro McDonald's, and since there are only 2 McDonald's on the street, I called them both to find out if anyone remembered Keed. Hi, this is Jeremy Hecht from the hit YouTube show Before They Were Famous with over 2.9 million subscribers, and we're covering a rapper named Lil Keed. In an interview, he said he worked at a McDonald's on Jonesboro Road. Do you happen to know if he worked at this one?
Yes, this is the Jonesboro Road McDonald's.
Did you ever work with him?
This is the actual McDonald's on Jonesboro Road.
Yeah, I'm just calling to see because he said he used to work at this McDonald's. Do you remember, were you there when he used to work there?
Give me one moment.
Okay. I think I'm confusing her. Wow, they hung up on me.
5 minutes later.
Hello, McDonald's for
Oh, so we're doing an episode on Lil Keed, the rapper, and he said he used to work at this McDonald's. So I just wanted to know if anyone had like a funny story of him working there, if anyone remembered working with him.
What's the name again?
Lil Keed, Lilkeed. I think his real name is Rahkeed.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Hey,
Yeah, they said yeah.
yeah, they worked with him?
Yeah.
Did anyone have a funny story they want to share? We have 3 million subscribers, so they could get a look.
Do an interview.
Yeah.
They got 3 million subscribers. You want to come here for the interview?
No, I'm all the way in LA, but I could do it over the phone right now.
I can say you can just come here whenever.
Oh, I'm in LA.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we ain't got no money. We can't make it over there.
No. I'm saying I just talk to one of them on the phone, and then I'm filming already, so like it'll be on the screen.
As a matter of fact, you can if you can call like in a couple hours because we busy right now.
Okay. Call back in a couple hours.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
2 hours later.
For McDonald's, I'm in McDonald's.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I called earlier. I work for a YouTube channel called Before They Were Famous. We have 3 million subscribers, and we basically document like artists' rise to fame. And I'm doing a video on Lil Keed, so I called because he used to work at your McDonald's.
Let me put you on the phone with the general manager.
Okay.
McDonald's?
Hi, how's it going?
I'm fine. Who is this?
My name's Jeremy. So I work with this YouTube channel. We have 3 million subscribers, and we basically document the career of... It's called Before They Were Famous on YouTube. And we have 3 million subscribers. We basically document the career of...
I'm busy right now.
No, it's from your McDonald's though.
Who is it?
So Lil Keed, his name is Rahkeed. He used to work at your McDonald's, and we're doing a video on him.
Oh, well, I don't know who used to work with him or nothing like that. I don't know.
I called earlier, and somebody said that a couple people there worked with him. So I was just wondering if anyone had like 30 seconds to just talk about that, or if you.
I'm not sure. We're busy right now.
Okay.
All right,
thanks. So there you have it, folks. Lil Keed was an official employee of McDonald's. However, his manager was not super pumped today to be dealing with random people from YouTube channels calling her, which I understand. You're busy, it's a busy day. Musically, early on, his biggest inspirations were Young Thug, Pee Wee Longway, and Big Bang Black, with his dad putting him onto T.I. and Outkast, but Keed connected more with artists like Rich Kids. Keed began freestyling for fun with his friend Rudy, and the two used to talk about rapping and blowing up together. But shortly after, Rudy was tragically murdered when he was 15 years old. It was at that moment that made Keed realize how short life could be and made him want to take his dreams seriously. Rudy's mixtape was supposed to drop just a few days after his death, which made things even more difficult to accept. Keed told the Fader, he ain't even lived no type of life, and it got taken away. It opened my eyes up like, I gotta do something different. Can't go out like that. And once music became his goal in life, he wasn't going to throw away his shot at life. He would record every single day getting better at his craft. He began to make music with his little brother Got It, and the two would post their songs online. Since their friend Mooktoven's studio was within walking distance to their home, Keith was able to record on a daily basis. He said that he was literally in the studio every day for a year straight, even working on Easter when nothing else was open. But the computer that was holding all of his songs broke, and he lost most of that year's work. But the songs that were posted online began gaining some recognition. One day he downloaded the app Triller and started posting up snippets onto his Instagram. He would wake up early in the morning, pick a song, and record a quick video snippet for one of his songs on Triller, and people started wanting to hear the whole thing. After only rapping seriously for less than a year, he started gaining some local buzz in 2017. The following year, he released the song Blicky Blicky featuring Slime Life Shawty and Zach Slime, and the song blew up online, gaining more than 1 million views to date. But it really started to gain some traction in local Atlanta nightclubs. Although Keed wasn't even old enough to be inside of some of those clubs at the time, the song would get played by local DJs who continued to push Keed to new levels of fame in Atlanta. People in the club started to know his songs word for word, and even a couple of them were being played on Atlanta radio stations. He told XXL, gotta make sure it's hot locally. You gotta build that with your hometown. How the hell you gonna go around the world with some shit if your hometown don't F with you? That's crazy, ain't gonna work. So you gotta go ahead and touch base with home. And he did just that, even repping his hometown on his mixtapes. In July of 2018, he released his mixtape Trapped on Cleveland 2, releasing another mixtape, Keed Talk to Him, and more people started to tune in. The tape featured major artists like Trippie Redd, 21 Savage, and more. One day, Young Thug was in a parking lot of the apartments on Cleveland Avenue bumping Lil Keed's song without even knowing whose song it was. Keed came outside and fought through a crowd of people, eventually getting to Thug, and he showed him some of his new music. Thug told him to keep going and keep working and said, "I got you." Then he pulled off in his car and left, which left everyone in shock. Yeah, apparently he just left. But then he came back and picked Keed up later, and there's the answer to your question from the beginning of the video. But everything changed when Lil Keed got another call from his biggest influence. Well, it was actually a call from Thug's assistant, who told Keed that Thugger wanted to meet him in the studio. When they first hit the studio, they recorded a song together that is still unreleased. But Thug loved what Keed was doing so much that he signed Keed to his label YSL under 300 Entertainment, and even calls Keed his oldest son. And no, they are not biologically related.
Cause I ain't never, like I said, I ain't never think like I'd be going up this fast. Like I was just doing what I love doing. So, and then everybody just gravitated to me.
The moment that Keed knew he made it was when he was touring high schools and all of the kids knew his songs word for word. As for the future, Keed doesn't want to spend his money on designer clothes, he only wants to wear custom clothing made for him. As for the rest of the story, well, you know it because this is Before They Were Famous. Let me know who to cover next, as always, in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at Jeremy_Hecht. Dream good, live better. I hope you have one heck of a day, and I'll see you in the next video.